Very good morning, friends. So today we will discuss one problem on lateral surface development. Let us see the problem. See, the problem is a square prism of base side 40 mm and axis length 65 mm is resting on HP on one of its base with all vertical faces being equally inclined to VP. It is cut by an inclined plane 60 degree to HP and perpendicular to VP and is passing through a point on the axis at a distance of 15 mm from the top face. Draw the development of the lower position of the prism. So this is the given problem. So now in this problem, so it's a type of prism is square prism and is given dimension. The edge length, or we can say base side is given 40 mm and axis length is 65 mm, and is saying resting on HP with one of its base with all vertical faces are equally inclined to VP. So for this condition, let's draw the front and top view of the given prism, that is square prism. So I am drawing square prism. So let us take just draw an horizontal line, or let us draw axis line. So it's a the reference line. So now it's a square prism. Since it's a square prism, the base top view will be the square and front view will be the rectangle. So let us construct the top view first, then construct the front view. So now I'm constructing a square. Let us take some thickness. I'm constructing on square. Let us take this is square, and the dimensions are given 40 by 40. Let us go to small dimensions and make it 40. This is 40 mm, and this is also 40 mm. Let's make it 40 mm. So now he's saying I constructed 40 mm and axis length is 60 mm. That is the height of the prism is 55 mm, resting on HP with one of its base with all vertical faces are equally inclined to VP. All vertical faces are equally inclined to VP. Now we need to rotate this square at an angle of 45 degree to make equal inclination with 2 VP. So now just I'll go to rotate option. I go to rotate option, just select the complete solid, just switch off the copy and try to rotate it. This is my center of the rotation. I'm rotating this element, say at an angle of, let us take the angle is 45 degree. Both rotational as well as position angles make it 45 degree. Then I will go to move option. I'll select this solid and I'll switch off the copy and I'll place somewhere here just for my reference. I place the solid somewhere here just for my reference. Okay. So now if you want you can do the naming A of B1, B of B1, C of C1. Let us do the naming. Just go to the go to text and make it Times New Roman and make it font size is let us take a 3.5 or 3 mm and I'll call A of A1, make it in small letters. A of let us take A1, and similarly we have B of B1 and make it C of C1, C of C1, and last one is D of D1. D of D1. So now let us call this corner, I'll call it as A of A1, and this is my B of B1, this is my C of C1, this is my D of D1. Now let us draw the vertical projection lines. So go to go to line and make it thin line. Just draw vertical projection line. It will intersect XY line. Just draw vertical projection line. Just draw a vertical line, so that will intersect XY line. So now the next step, axis, the height is given 65 mm. Let us draw height is 65 mm. From here, I am marking 65 mm. The height is 65, axis length is 65 is given. So now let's complete this one. So from here it is 65, angle is 90 degree. Again from here it is 65, length is 65, angle is a vertical line. It's a vertical line. I constructed the front and top view. Now it is, since it is visible, visible. Just I will make it some. Okay, fine. So now in the next step, let's mark the height of the axis. So this height is 65 mm. So now in the next step, uh, we need to mark. So is given one more condition. It is cut. It is cut by an inclined plane 60 degree to HP and perpendicular to VP, and is passing through a point and the axis at a distance of 15 mm from the top face. So from the top surface, just mark 15 mm from the top surface, which is given in the problem. The condition is given. Let us draw. Just select a line and let us mark on horizontal line like this. Just for my reference, I am marking on horizontal line. Now measure this distance. This distance is from, let us take from here to here. It should be 15 mm. Let us take 15, make it 15. This should be 15 mm. Okay, I mark 15 mm from the top surface. So now is saying the cutting plane, or we can say cutting plane, which is inclined at an angle of 60 degree to HP and perpendicular to VP, and is passing through a point on the axis at a distance of 15 mm. So from this point you draw one 60-degree inclination line. So go to line, select the thin line, and keep the cursor on this intersection point, and just construct one line. Just construct one line at any distance, at any convenient distance. Now go to angle between. Just go to angle between and try to measure this and this angle. It should be 60 degree, which is given in the problem. So 60 degree, make it angle is 60 degree. So you got 60 degree inclination line, and now extend this line. Just extend this line. Go to extend option. We have extend. So have extend to next. Just extend this line. I extend this line till this point. Till this point, we extended this line. So now I'll trim some unwanted or extra lines. Let us just trim this one. Just trim it. So now I'll go to naming. I'll go to naming. Just I'll zoom this area just for my reference. I'll zoom this area for my reference. So now this one I'll call it as one dash or one. Let us call go to text. Go to text. So this point I will call it as let us take one. And next this intersection point I will call it as two. Then this intersection point I will call it as 3. This intersection point I will call it as 3. Again, the same intersection point. So one is for A of A1, and 2 is for B of B1, and 3 is for C of C1, and 4, we need to mark 4.4. 4 is for C of C1 and D of D1. So this point will be the 4. This will be the 4, and D of D1. This is again I'll call it as 5. Just mark it as 5. 2. This should be 5. So this is 2. Just for my reference, I'm marking these points. This is my work. So now let us show thick and thin lines. So I'm constructing this should be thin line. So let us take I'll split the line, and I'll make it this is thick. Just I'll split this line. You have split, and splitting this line with respect to this point. With respect to this point. Now this is visible. So make it thick. Similarly, or else if you want, you can draw the line. This should be visible, and again you can split this. So you can split this with respect to this point. This one make it thick. This should be thick, and this should be thick. This should be thick from here to here. So you can draw the line from here to here. Okay, and this is axis line. This is a cutting section, cutting plane. This is a cutting plane. So now, and this is visible, so I'll make it thick. Let's, if you want, you can construct a line from here to here. Now, let us complete this problem. So now I will draw projection lines. See, from the top surface, just draw projection lines and horizontal projection lines. From bottom surface, draw an horizontal projection lines, and draw one vertical reference line. Draw one vertical reference line. So now, since it is a square prism, so we need to divide into 4 equal number of parts. So let us call this is A of A1. So go to text, and this one I'll call it as A of A1 or 1 dash. Let us take this is 1 dash. So similarly, we need to mark 2 dash. We need to mark 2 dash. So how to mark 2 dash? So I marked 1 dash on A of A1 line. Next 2 dash, 2 dash we need to mark, and that distance is 40 mm. So now I'll go to extend to next offset. I'll go to offset. Yeah, this is offset. Sorry, this is the offset. I'll offset this line, this side. I'll offset this one at a distance of 40 mm. Make it 40 and press enter. So we offsetted this one at a distance of 40 mm. And this one I call it as 2 dash. Go to text. This one you can make it as a 2 dash, or you can this is a 2 dash. This is a 2, and this will be the 2 dash. So now next, again third one, we need to mark one more offset 40 mm. Just go here and make it 40 mm. Make it 40. This is 40. This is 40, and this is 40. Just I made offsetted 40 mm. Since it is a square prism, so we need to get four offset values. So now let us trim the unwanted line. Just I am trimming. This is the unwanted line. I don't want these lines. And this one, instead of a 1 dash, let us call a dash. Just for better understanding, instead of calling 1 dash, call a dash. This one you can delete. This is delete. This is delete. I will delete. I'll go to this is my a dash line. This is a dash, and this is my B. This is my C. This is my D. Again, this is my A. Again, this side. This is my A dash. This is my B dash. This is my C dash. My D dash. my A dash. Yes, this is my A dash. This is my B dash. This is my C dash. This is my D dash. Again, this is my A dash. So now we need to mark these points. So we need to mark one, two, three. These points we need to mark on this line. Let us mark one. If you zoom this area, let us zoom that particular area. So if you zoom this area, the one will intersect somewhere here. So from this point, I'll draw an horizontal line. Let us go to line, select inline, just select this endpoint of this and draw an horizontal line. Just effect and draw an horizontal line. So the length is anything, whatever it may be, angle should be exactly horizontal line. So I constructed one line. So now let us mark one. This is my one intersection point one. So I go to text and I'll mark one is intersecting A of A1, A of A1. So here it should be one. Okay. So next we need to mark two. Two is intersecting B of B1. Anyhow, B of B1 is here. I'll go to line, reference line. So this is my two. From two, I mark B of B1. This is my second point. So let's take point number two. So this is my point number two. I mark this point. Next, we need to mark point three. See, point three is intersecting between B of B1 and C of C1. It is in between B and C, B1 C1 or B and C. So for that, I will go to line. I select a thin line from point three. Just drop the line. Just drop the line. It will intersect somewhere between D of D1 and C of C1. So this point will be the point 3. This point will be the point 3. This is my point 3. This is my point 3. So now you can measure what is the distance. So where we need to mark point 3. So between C and D, we need to mark. Say from C of C1, I take the distance and transfer here. Okay, in the next step, I will measure the distance between C and D. Just measure the distance. So go to small distance. Just measure what is this distance. This and this. I need wait. I'll zoom that area. I need this distance. See, this and split. And just for my reference, I'll explain this line here. And now I will measure this distance. So let us mark this distance. This distance we am getting 12.25. This is 12.25 from D of D1. This is D of D1. From this side, you need to draw one more line at a distance of 12.25. Let us draw one vertical line. Let us draw one vertical line. Draw one vertical line and measure the distance. That distance should be it should be 12.25. 0.25. It should be 12.25. So now where we need to mark point C? See, we need to mark point C. So here I am joining these points. I'll select this point. See, just I zoom that area. If not visible, try to zoom that area. So select the point 1 intersection. This point, set the sheet, and point 2, and we need to mark point 3. Point 3 lies between C and D. So this is C and D. Point 3. Point 3. Let us mark point 3. Go to text and make it 3. This is my point 3. My point 3. And next we need to mark point 4. Point 4. Again, just drop the same line. It will lies between B and C again. It will lies between B and C. We need to mark point 3. Then we need to mark point 4. It will lies between. Sorry, this is point 4. Just extend this line. Just extend this line. I'm extending this line. Extend this line up to here and mark this distance. So this distance is same as 12.25. This is 12.25 lies between B and C. This is my point 3. This is my point 3 and this distance is 12.3, 12.25. The same distance you will get here. This should be 12.25. 12.25. Point 3 I marked here. Next, point D. So point D, point D means point 4. Point 4 again, if you draw the line, it will lies between C and D. Again, it will lies between C. It will lies between B and C. This is B and C. 1 minute. This is my point D. Point D means point 4. This is my point 4. This is my point 4. So now I'll mark point 4 here. And we need to mark point C. Point C lies between, so point 3. Point 2 lies between B and C. This is B and C. So B and C means from B it should be 12.25. This is B. From B it is 12.25. Just draw one line, one horizontal, one vertical line, just for your reference. And just measure the distance between B and this point. It should be, again, it should be 12.25. 12.25. 12.25. So now I'll go to line to be visible. I got point 2. Point 3 lies here. This is my point 3. This is my point 3. And point 4. This is my point 4. This is my point 4. And point 5 exactly lies somewhere here. Just extend a line. See, point 5. Point 5. We need to mark. It should be lie exactly and D of D1. So point 5. So I'm extending this line. Just extend this line till this point. Till this point, you'll get point 5. You'll get point 5. This is my point 5. This is my point 5. And now join 4 and 5. Go to line. We take 4 4 and 5. Then last one is till this point. Then you get again point 1. Point 1. So now make all visible lines are thick from here to last dead point. This is visible. Again from here to this point is visible. Then from here to this point is visible. Then from zoom that area, just zoom this area, just zoom this area, and from here to here, and here to this point, and here to this end point. It is visible. So this is the development of square prism for the given condition. And finally, if you want to trim any unwanted lines or extra lines, just you can trim these lines. These are extra lines. I don't want these lines. Just trim these lines. So with this, I'll conclude my session. If you like my video, please share and subscribe this channel. Thank you and thank you so much.